What's up, everyone? It's Jacob. Today we're diving into a channel that has been completely taking over my feed lately, Blue Holloway. If you just stumble across this page, it looks like a typical aesthetic bedroom pop music project. But the second you actually start digging into the videos, you realize there is a heavy, deeply personal story unfolding here. Let's look at the track that started it all, Dear God.
They know me better than my friends. There's a letter sitting on the counter, says I'm broken in your eyes. But if you made me from the beginning, why would you make somebody you despise?
This is currently the biggest video on the channel, with over 16,000 views. And honestly, it makes total sense why. The visuals are completely drenched in this moody, isolated vibe. It feels like you're staring right into a teenager's private video diary during a late-night breakdown. The song tackles heavy grief and anxiety in a way that feels totally raw, unfiltered, and deeply rooted in personal trauma. As you move through the uploads to tracks like Somewhere West of Midnight,
Somewhere west of midnight. California sleeps in silver neon, streetlights bleeding into the rain.
you can see the production value growing, but the pain remains right at the center. The artist blends these tight, hyper-vulnerable close-ups with a surreal, dreamlike aesthetic. It creates this fascinating barrier where intense, real-world trauma is being processed and unpacked through a highly stylized musical performance. But honestly, the most insane part of reviewing this channel isn't even just the music videos like Dare to Be or I Saw the You in Blue. It's what's happening in the comments section. Because Blue is openly gay and sings so honestly about his internal struggles, his music creates this massive wave of empathy. If you read the text description on the channel homepage, he actually points out how much the audience is shaping the art. People from completely different generations are leaving these deeply intense, personal life stories in the comments, finding a safe space because Blue was brave enough to share his own scars first. And you can see exactly how that feedback loop is driving the next era of the channel. Blue recently posted that he was watching Heartstopper for the 5th time, reading through those exact fan comments, when it hit him how wild it is that a simple TV-14 rating can gatekeep heavy, real-world emotional stories from kids who might need them the most. He realized he's been staring at that rating label his entire life, while actual, real-world chaos and trauma were happening right outside his window. Because of that, he's working on a brand new track called TV-14. To tie it back to the older generation sharing their struggles in his comments, he looked up when the TV-14 rating system actually started, 1997. And that's exactly where the upcoming music video is going to be set. Ultimately, what makes the Blue Holloway channel so brilliant to watch is how it bridges the gap between a cold phone screen and actual human connection. It proves that in a world full of over-edited content, using your own trauma to create something completely honest is still the most powerful way to tell a story. So yeah, that's Blue Holloway. Another awesome AI creator with his own unique style and cinematic flair. I think the dude is just awesome. He's sitting at around 700 subscribers right now, and I'd strongly encourage everyone to go sub to my bro. Seriously, just close your eyes and listen to the music. Let's get him to 1,000 subs. He absolutely deserves it. As usual, I'll put all of his links down in the description. And don't forget to hit me up on Instagram or Ko-fi if you ever want to chat. Anyway, I really don't have any emotional experience to draw from for this one, so I kind of borrowed the song. It's based on She Ain't Pretty by the Northern Pikes. And no, I don't know how to make epic videos like Chaysen or Blue, but I'm still learning, and I'll get there one day. So yeah, my brothers Mikey and Eli and I are gonna play you out with a song. Let's do it.
plans one Friday night. While checking my views, I watched a video vanish from the queue. I stared at the screen and it was bringing me down. Another upload, nowhere to be found. I heard a voice inside me say, I worked too hard for it to end this way. Tried to make them think I wore my hopes and lived on coffee drinks. There was this misconception all around that working harder would turn things around. They said, keep posting, there won't be no fuss. I said, sure, but who's discovering us? Watching my reach just drift away. I worked too hard for it to end this way. So nobody will know I held my breath, decided to wait. A guy like me doesn't catch many breaks. I fell in love with making videos. It took some time for reality to show that chasing views can be a grave mistake. I worked too hard for it to end this way. My fingers wore down typing every night, but the algorithm never got it right. I laughed out loud to my total dismay. I worked too hard for it to end this way. I worked too hard for it to end this way. I worked too hard for it to end this way.